In this video, we are going to talk about which news do you really need to pay attention to in Forex trading. If you use apps like MyFX Book or Forex Factory and many other apps out there that come with news, you'll probably find that they will usually have a lot of news. uh, some of the news really doesn't do anything to, like, 95% of the time it comes, it goes, and really does not move the market or have any impact on the market. But there are types of news that can really cause major volatility in the forex market. They are the kinds of news that every forex trader needs to be aware of, because sometimes they can cause trades to go against your analysis, especially if you are trading the lower time frames. And if you are trading 15-minute chart, if you are trading 5-minute chart, 1-minute chart, 30-minute chart, sometimes even the 1 hour chart, and then the news comes up, and it's something that the market was not expecting. Sometimes it's enough to move the market against you, and sometimes even if you had done your analysis already, you find that the news comes and nothing really happens. There's just some, maybe a few spikes, but the market continues in your direction. It happens. So what you want to do first of all is to actually pay special. It's special. I'm not saying I'm discounting or downplaying news from other regions and other countries, but you want to pay special attention to news from the United States. US news usually causes the most market volatility in the forex markets. So just pay special attention to any news that's coming from the United States. It's the world's sole superpower, the world's biggest economy. I'm not sure about China for now, but traditionally it's the world's biggest economy and the only superpower that we have in the world after the collapse of the former Soviet Union. So they kind of move global markets. The US moves global markets. So what you obviously want to do is, if you can avoid it, if you can afford it, is to step out of the markets before major news releases, especially major US news releases. Close your trades, or make sure that you've put in your stop losses in place. Make sure, either if you are not sure of what's going to happen with this major news, either you stop trading just before the news, or you put a stop loss in place. So what are the major news that you probably need to worry about in trading? Like we said at the beginning, not all news affect the market. The news are not created equally, if we can say. So there are some news that are really cause volatility in the market, and then there are news that's just news. You don't really need to mind about those ones. So the major news releases to watch out for is, first of all, interest rate decisions. Can you write that down? Interest rate decisions. Why interest rate decisions? Because they are a reflection of any country's economic health. When the economy is doing well, you find that the interest rates go up. When the economy is performing badly, you find that the interest rates actually go down. So the interest rates are usually announced on a monthly basis. So you can actually mark them out on your charts because they are usually announced on a monthly basis. We talk about FOMC, we talk about the ECB, we talk about the Bank of England, the Reserve Bank of Australia, the Bank of Japan. Those are some of the interest rates that you really need to pay attention to. So FOMC, we're talking United States, the Fed, and ECB, that's Europe. Then obviously the Bank of England, because the UK is a major player in the global markets. Then in Asia, the Reserve Bank of Australia is a major player, and the Bank of Japan is a major player. So you need to watch out for those interest rates announcements from those big players. Secondly, you also want to look at employment data. An example is non-farm payroll, NFP, that comes out every first Friday of the month in the United States. I think it's by far the biggest employment data announcement that moves the market. No other employment data announcement from another country has the same impact on the markets like NFP, because it's basically another reflection of what the United States economy is doing. And generally, the United States economy is regarded as a measure or a standard for the overall health of the global economy. So employment data from the US is actually one of the news that moves the markets. So mark NFP, non-farm payroll from the United States, on your calendar. Then you also want to pay attention to inflation, consumer price inflation announcements. These also do happen on a monthly basis, and of particular importance or special attention. You need to again place a special attention to U.S. Consumer Price Index. You get CPI's announcements from all other countries, but most important one by far is from the United States. Again, the United States is the biggest economy in the world, if not China. So everyone is paying attention to see what's happening in the US. So inflation announcements, they happen also monthly. You need to pay attention to that. If you don't want to play the news when there's CPI announcements ahead, just close out your trades. Otherwise, if you're already in a trade, just put in a good stop loss. Then you also want to pay attention to economic growth data from most of the first world countries, but put special attention to US GDP announcements. These GDP announcements happen quarterly. So you get 4 announcements per year. They happen every 3 months. Unlike interest rate decisions that happen monthly, employment data announcements that happen monthly, and the inflation announcements that happen monthly, the GDP announcements actually happen on a quarterly basis. You can watch the GDP announcements from the Bank of England and from the ECB, from Australia, Japan, and New Zealand, the major economies of the world, but pay special announcement to the United States. Then you also need to be aware of unplanned news events. It happens. They don't always have these scheduled. it happens, and these happen, you cannot expect them. So what we are talking about, unplanned news events, we are talking about banker speeches. Maybe the banks want to just say something regarding an event that probably happened somewhere in the world. For example, maybe following a terrorist attack, or maybe following a war. Political speeches. Remember when Russia invaded Ukraine out of the blue? Those are like unplanned news events, but they can still play a major role in moving what, the markets. So I hope this quick video helps you. Now you know which major news releases to actually pay attention to, whether you are going to be trading news during those announcements, or whether you want to avoid those announcements. I know on this channel we've talked about funded trader funding programs. Many trader funding programs actually want you to close your trades before major news announcements. So now you know the major news announcements that you need to avoid if you are a funded trader. It's interest rate decisions, major news. That's a major news announcement that can move the markets. Then employment data, we mentioned NFP, inflation data, CPI, economic growth, GDP. Then there might be unplanned news events, and we said the news don't have the same impact. That's why you need to pay special attention to news that's coming out of the United States, especially the United States. But then you also need to watch out for news from the Bank of England, the Bank of Japan, the Reserve Bank of Australia, and then the ECB, the European Central Bank. So I hope this video helps you. By the way, if you are new on this channel, please consider subscribing so that you do not miss future videos. Go ahead and like this video. If you are looking to download stuff, Forex robots, indicators, books, and stuff like that, there are links in the description box below. Visit those links and see if you cannot find what you are looking for. Everything that we do on this channel is for free. So everything that you get from there is actually for free. You don't pay anything. You don't buy anything from me. Many people also ask me about the broker that I use. See the link in the description box below. Guys, until next time, bye.